Hello and welcome to Coffee and English, the podcast. I'm William and I'm your host today. This podcast is for English learners like you. We speak slowly, we practice together, and we learn useful English for everyday life. I'm so happy you decided to listen today. Get your coffee or tea, sit back, and let's learn English together. If this is your first time listening, welcome. This podcast helps you learn real English that you can use in your daily life. We don't just learn grammar rules. We learn phrases and sentences that native speakers actually use. Every episode, we practice together. You listen, you repeat, and you learn. It's that simple.
Picture this. You're at the airport, ready for your dream vacation. You have your passport, your ticket, and your bags. You're excited, but also a little nervous. Why? Because you need to speak English during your trip. You need to check in at the airport. You need to talk to hotel staff. You need to ask for directions in a new city. You want to order food and buy souvenirs. But what if you don't know the right words? What if people don't understand you? I remember my first big trip to a country where I didn't speak the language well. I was so worried about communicating. I practiced phrases at home, but I still felt scared. Would I be able to find my hotel? Would I be able to order food? But you know what I discovered? Travel is one of the best ways to practice a new language. People in the travel industry are used to helping visitors. They want you to have a good trip. They're usually patient and helpful. Today, we're going to learn everything you need to travel confidently in English. By the end of this episode, you'll be ready for your next adventure.
Today, we're going to learn 5 important travel situations. First, how to handle airports and flights. Second, how to check into hotels and ask about services. Third, how to ask for directions and use transportation. Fourth, how to order food and drinks while traveling. And fifth, how to shop for souvenirs and handle problems. We'll practice each situation together. When I say a phrase, I want you to repeat it after me. This helps you practice pronunciation and remember the words. Don't be shy about speaking out loud. Before we start, here's an important travel tip. When you travel, people expect that English might not be your first language. Don't be embarrassed about speaking slowly or asking people to repeat things. Most people in airports, hotels, and tourist areas are very understanding and helpful. Let's start with airports and flights. Air travel can be confusing, but these phrases will help you navigate airports and communicate with airline staff.
Where is the check-in counter?
I'd like to check in for my flight.
Here is my passport and ticket. Can I have a window seat?
How many bags can I take? What time does my flight board? When you need information about your flight or the airport, what gate is my flight? Is my flight on time?
Where is the departure lounge? How long is the delay? Where can I find the restroom?
Is there free Wi-Fi here?
When you're going through security or customs. I have nothing to declare.
This is my carry-on bag. I'm here for vacation.
I am staying for 1 week. Can I take this on the plane?
Where do I put my laptop?
Now let's learn about hotels. When you arrive at your destination, you need to communicate with hotel staff and ask about services.
I have a reservation under the name Smith.
I'd like to check in, please. What time is checkout?
Can I see the room first?
Do you have a room with a view?
Is breakfast included? When you need hotel services or information,
Can you call a taxi for me?
what time does the restaurant close?
Is there a gym in the hotel?
Can I get extra towels? The air conditioning isn't working.
Can you recommend a good restaurant? When you have problems with your room,
The shower has no hot water. The TV doesn't work.
the room is too noisy.
Can I change rooms? The Wi-Fi password isn't working.
There's no soap in the bathroom.
Good. Let's practice asking for directions and using transportation. Getting around in a new place is essential for travelers.
How do I get to the city center?
Where is the nearest subway station?
Which bus goes to the museum? How much is a taxi to the airport?
Can you call me a cab?
Is it walking distance?
When you're using public transportation,
1 ticket to downtown, please. Does this train go to the airport?
What's the next stop?
How often do the buses run? Can I use my credit card?
where do I buy tickets?
When you're lost or need more specific directions,
I'm looking for this address.
can you show me on the map?
Am I going in the right direction?
How far is it from here?
Is there a landmark I should look for?
Can you write down the directions?
Now let's learn about ordering food and drinks while traveling. Trying local food is one of the best parts of traveling, and you want to be able to order confidently.
Can I see the menu, please?
What do you recommend?
I'd like to try something local. Is this dish spicy?
What comes with the chicken?
Can I have the fish instead? When you have dietary restrictions or preferences.
I'm vegetarian. I can't eat nuts.
Do you have gluten-free options?
Is there dairy in this dish?
Can you make it without onions? I'd like the dressing on the side.
When you're ordering drinks and finishing your meal,
Can I have some water, please?
I'll have a coffee after dinner.
what kind of beer do you have?
Can we get the check, please?
Is the tip included?
Can I pay with a card? Our final topic is shopping for souvenirs and handling travel problems. Shopping is fun, but sometimes problems happen when you travel. How much does this cost? Do you have this in different colors?
Can I try this on?
Is there a discount for tourists?
Can you ship this to my country?
Do you take credit cards?
When you're bargaining or comparing prices,
Is this your best price? Can you give me a better deal? I saw this cheaper somewhere else.
what if I buy two?
Can you include the tax? I'll think about it.
When you have problems during your trip. I lost my passport. My flight was canceled.
I missed my connection. My luggage is missing.
Can you help me?
What should I do?
When you need emergency help or medical assistance,
I need a doctor. Where is the hospital? I don't feel well. Can you call an ambulance? I'm allergic to this. This is an emergency. Now let's put it all together with a real travel conversation. This shows how you might use these phrases during a typical day of traveling. Good morning. I'd like to check in, please. Certainly. What's the name on the reservation?
it's under Johnson.
Here's your key card. You're in room 205. Thank you. What time is breakfast served?
Breakfast is from 7 to 10 in the morning.
Great. Can you recommend a good restaurant for dinner?
There's an excellent Italian place 2 blocks away.
Perfect. How do we get there?
Just turn right outside the hotel and walk straight.
Thank you so much for your help.
Later at the restaurant. Good evening. Table for one, please. Of course. Right this way.
Can I see the menu?
Here you go. Can I start you with something to drink? I'd like some water and a glass of red wine, please. Excellent. Are you ready to order? What do you recommend? The pasta with seafood is very popular. That sounds perfect. I'll have that.
Great choice.
At the end of the meal. This was delicious. Can I have the check, please? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Here's your bill. Can I pay with a credit card? Of course, no problem.
Thank you for the excellent service.
Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful evening.
Let's quickly review what we learned today. For airports and flights, where is the check-in counter? I'd like to check in, please. What gate is my flight? For hotels, I have a reservation. Can you call a taxi for me? The air conditioning isn't working. For directions and transportation, how do I get to the city center? One ticket to downtown, please. Can you show me on the map? For food and drinks, can I see the menu, please? What do you recommend? I'm vegetarian. For shopping and problems, how much does this cost? I lost my passport. Can you help me? These phrases will make your travels much easier and more enjoyable. Practice them before your next trip. Say them out loud at home. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel when you're actually traveling. I want to thank you for listening to Coffee and English, the podcast today. You did wonderful work learning these essential travel phrases. You should feel excited about using them on your next adventure. Every phrase you learn makes traveling easier and more fun. If you found today's lesson helpful, please subscribe to our channel. When you subscribe, you'll get a new episode every week with practical English lessons just like this one. We cover topics that you actually need in real life, like traveling, shopping, working, and much more. Subscribing is completely free, and it really helps us continue making these lessons for English learners around the world. Just click that subscribe button and join our community of learners. I hope you get to use these travel phrases very soon. Remember, traveling is one of the best ways to practice English. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. People understand that you're learning, and most travelers and people in the tourism industry are very patient and helpful. The key is to try and to keep practicing. Thank you for spending this time with me today.
Next week, we'll learn English for emergencies and health situations. You'll learn how to ask for help, how to describe symptoms, and how to handle urgent situations. It's important vocabulary that I hope you never need, but it's good to know just in case.
Until next time, this is William from Coffee in English, the podcast. Have a wonderful week, pack your bags for your next adventure, and remember to practice your English every day. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next week for another practical English lesson. Safe travels and goodbye.